Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. In this video, we're going to summon for Arthur. Now, I've already done a 6-star review for Arthur, so if you want to go check that out, I should have the link in the description below. If not, just go search 6-star Arthur review and you can have a look at how he is. Now, I've had him for about 3 weeks now, 3 to 4 weeks, and for me, he is very mid at 6-star. He's not great at 6-star. His passive. Let me before I do anything. Let's jump in. Let's jump into this. So Arthur, his first passive. There's a lot of words on here, but it's just that. It's a lot of words. When Arthur is deployed, he grants all allies 25% chance to reflect any debuffs received back to the caster. That is actually quite relevant. It does reflect corrode. It does reflect attack debuff. It does reflect defense debuff. It does reflect, and it will moving forward reflect. So it will moving forward reflect the banish effect from Mystifiers in World Arena. And Foggy Coliseum as well. So there is that. Now, it's only 25% chance. You cannot reliably use this. And what I mean by that is the chance is too low. So 25% chance for me is not reliable. I cannot rely on it. I do not expect it to happen. When it does, it's a little bit of a bonus. You know, it's nice. It's fantastic. But the problem is... that it doesn't reflect all too often. Now, the other part of his passive, the increase attack and HP, that is a little bit better than what it is, or than what we see normally. Now, it's not as good as Elisha. Elisha at 6 stars is the most powerful unit that you can pick up. Gaia is okay, but Gaia really needs to be 7 stars. Elisha you can have at 6 stars for the rest of time, and she will be perfect. She will not need anything else. She does not need 7 stars. She doesn't need red runes. Arthur, on the other hand, I suspect needs at least 8 stars, and he will also need full red runes for him to be truly, truly great. I'll go over his runes in just a sec, but let's get these summons out of the way. What I'll do is I will go up to, I get him to 7, which should be in one more summon, and then we can pop off with this. So there he is, Arthur, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going until I get to the 100, because I do want that ticket. And we'll just see whether or not we can pick up a copy of Arthur in here. We should be able to, with the summon scrolls and with the... Hold on. I really used all of them. Yeah, apparently I have. Crazy. Nerissa. Okay. So we'll see. I'm going to summon one more time, and then I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go get some oath crystals, and I'll be back in a second. Hello, and I'm back. There we go. So I've got some oath crystals, as you can see. So I've already got Arthur at 1 star. This will unlock when I budge him up to 7 stars. Both of these will unlock. And I'll be able to pick up 5 and 8 respectively with the summoning quests. But for now, I'm just going to, because I don't have enough diamonds to pick up the this pack here for 1500. So it is what it is. Let's go ahead and pick you up using oath crystals. And 24, I'm going to sleep on that. Let's go ahead and summon one more time. I need 9 more scrolls, and I'm only going to be able to get 8. 8 from this, 5 from this, 5 from this. So let's go ahead and unlock Arthur at 7 stars, and then we'll jump into some gameplay for him. Again, I think he's mid at 6 star. I really do. I would have loved him to be at 6 star, the best unit in the game. Really do think that would have been fantastic. But as it stands, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. Having him at 6 stars, I just don't think it's good enough. So, as you can see, advancing quest will pick up our free 20 here. Will go for you. We use crystals. If you don't know, you can go onto the OMNIHEROES website and you can pick these crystals up. And you can also get an additional 10% of what you spend as well. So just something to keep in mind. Now, we've got 12 more. I need 12 more to get Arthur as a legendary. So I think what I might do is I'm going to break my rule and I'm going to go over 100. And I'm going to go over 100 by 12. So let's jump into event shop. How do I need 6? If I could pick these up, if I could pick these up, I would. But I'm not going to. I think I will instead go for. Does that work out more? Yeah, probably. Let's go for you. No, in fact, no. I'm going to go with you because I can use. No, we'll go with 24. Get an extra 5. Use crystals. And then let's go ahead and summon Arthur again. Now, we've already got him up to... we've already got the ticket. So, what I can do is I can use this ticket. If I so chose to, now, what I can do is on the next oath, I can save this one. Probably won't, because we've got the free summons as well. But if I wanted to, I could save this 2 more summons to get a legendary hero. Next legendary hero will be Arthur. I could go ahead and summon more for Arthur, but I'm not going to now. I've done what I needed to. I've got the scrolls that are required, and I can go ahead and level Arthur up to 8 stars. So that review will be coming out tomorrow. But for now, let's go ahead and jump into Lost City. We are 7 minutes in already, and first things first, I'm not going to take him into the most difficult stage that I can do, which is 74. Some people may have been able to get further. Fantastic, but for now we'll jump into Phantoms and we'll just see how he does in this stage. Now he does unlock his Celestial synergy when you do pick him up at 7 stars, but the reason that I think he needs 8 stars is because of the Striker synergy as well. And let's go ahead and see what we've unlocked with Arthur at 7 stars. So now increasing the triggering chance of King's Crown to 50%. So it's just this top bit. When Arthur is deployed, he grants all allies a 50% chance to reflect any debuffs received back to the caster. This is a very weak second passive for me. It increases the chance, sure, by 50%. Doesn't do anything else though. So for me, it's not the best second passive. Getting him up to 7 stars, it is what it is. Now, he grants all allies 25% chance to reflect any debuffs received back to the caster. When Arthur himself deals reflect damage, he deals an additional damage equal to 5% of max HP, not exceeding 1000% of Arthur's attack. When an ally deals reflect damage, all allies have their attack increased by 10% and max HP increased by 10%, stacking up to 50 times. I think this is okay. I think it's okay, but with Elisha out currently and at 6 stars, let me just show what Elisha does at 6 stars. Elisha at 6 stars, 25%. Now, ally lands a critical hit. All allies have their attack increased by 0.2 million and HP increased by 50%. That increase by 50%, stacking up to 50 times, is so much more effective than the 50 stacking 10% 50 times. You know, it is what it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build the team that I want to build with Arthur on it. So there's only 2 strikers and there's only 2 monarchs on the Dooms team. So you pop Cleo in here and you get your 3 monarchs, you get your 5 Dooms, 2 royals, 2 celestials, 2 Verdians and 1 light seeker. I would have 3 light seekers technically if I was better at the game, but I'm not. No, if I had more units, so Halissa and Doris, if I had them there. However, keep in mind, this team with 3 monarchs on it is only possible because Arthur is at 7 stars. If Arthur has his striker synergy unlocked, then it's it's a 3 strikers team at the back. So it's Cleo would turn into a striker. She prioritizes. The way that Cleo works is she prioritizes in this order. So she prioritizes striker. If you have, say for example, if you have a protector, if you have 2 protectors and 2 phantoms on the same team and you put Cleo in, Cleo will prioritize the protector. She'll become a protector rather than a phantom. The same is true for strikers and monarchs. So she will always prioritize monarchs last. And for me, it's a detriment to her kit, but it is what it is. So let's jump in and let's just see how well Arthur does in this. If we can't beat this stage with Arthur at 7 stars, then it's just effectively it's a bit of a lost cause, especially with a team lineup like this. Now, Cleo is a numbo with Arthur, and what I mean by that is she is a no combo. So the way that Arthur works is you want him to, or you want the entire team to take as much reflect damage as possible. You can't do that with Holy Shields. So as you can see, no reflect damage was done there. We did when Merlin started taking this this attack. We started to build up with Arthur's passive, but now Cleo has triggered her passive, and as you can see, you've got you've got Holy Shield stacks, which means that you won't be able to. Oh, his damage is so low. Look at that. His damage is so low. Like, he kind of needs to build up, but he's not doing anything. So Merlin here, building up his HP, building up his attack, up to quite a high number actually. So Arthur is really a support character. For me anyway, Arthur is an attack support. When you get his full red runes, and I'll talk about those in just a second, but when you get his full red runes, he then becomes a supporting tank. It's weird to say, but that's the way that he is built. He is a supporting tank. So here, Merlin, as you can see, doing much more damage than he would normally do because of Arthur's passive. Really, really powerful stuff. Now, I'm going to build another team, another another Dooms team. I'm not going to use Cleo on that team, and I'm going to try and avoid using any Deviant synergy as well. The reason for that is I don't want any Holy Shields whatsoever, because we want to build up as quickly as possible. There we go. So Halaster to finish things off. Nice and easy. Merlin to do the most, Halaster to do the second most, and Arthur nowhere near on the leaderboards. He is, like I said, he is supporting, but that's all he is doing at the moment. Now, what you can do is I'm going to take these 3 out. Let's go ahead and pop in Ophelia. Let's go ahead and pop in Dahlia, and I want Ayushta as well. This, I've been playing around with this. It's very good. I mean, I know I've got 2 Deviants on the team, but it is what it is. I've got 2 Celestials, 2 Deviants, I've got 2 Phantoms, and we would technically have 2 Strikers on this team as well. Ophelia is the oddball in this, but it is what it is. So we'll see how well Arthur copes in this front slot. Again, when he gets his red runes, which he will, he's gonna. I'm definitely getting his red runes, just because of it's a 10,000% increase, and I'll show you that in just a sec. But it's a 10,000% increase in his defense and in his HP, so he does become very, very tanky after you get his red runes, or even his epic runes. I think his epic runes build up. The reason that I put him in this front slot is so that he can switch places with Dahlia. So as you can see, we're not doing any reflect damage. We did reflect damage there, and we've just started to build up. So we've only just started to build up. The Holy Shield gets in the way. You cannot proc reflect damage, or at least you cannot proc Arthur's passive, even with Doris out. So my Doris has got half red runes. You cannot proc Arthur's passive if you have Holy Shields or shields at all. So Arthur having loads of shielding is not the way to go for him. You want him to take that damage. You want him to deal that reflect damage back. As you can see, we've dealt reflect damage to Elune, we've dealt reflect damage to Mastermert, we've dealt reflect damage to Helios, but we've not built up our attack any further. Oh, Ayushta triggers it. That's quite funny. But as you can see, yeah, we're just not building up Arthur's passive, and that is his. That's a problem with his kit. For me, that's a problem with his kit. It's always been a problem with his kit. So we are doing the reflect damage, and we've just managed to heal all the way back up and get those stacks in there with Dahlia, fortunately, because she lost that Holy Shield. So we've done 23 instances of reflect damage. We have now built up quite a bit, and this goes up to 50 stacks, but it's nowhere near the power that Elisha gives in that 2,500% increase for all allies. Now, Ethereals needed it. Dooms did not need it. And Arthur actually doing a reasonable amount of damage now with that. Let's see how much he does compared to Ophelia. Yeah, so he's doing reasonable amounts of damage now. He's built up, but that's because Dahlia has been copying those buffs for him. It is what it is, you know. There's no two ways about it. He takes so long to build up, and you can't have Holy Shields on your team. You can't have any sort of Holy Shield on your team. You cannot have... So here we go. Let's take Holy Shields off. We'll keep Dahlia in, just because she's a staple on the Dooms team. And I will put in Merlin, and I'm going to put in Athena as well. And let's go ahead and keep you here. Let's do it this way. And let's see how we fare with this team. So as you can see, we've only got our 2 Celestials. We do have 1 Enchanter, 1 Monarch. We would technically have 2 Strikers if Arthur was 8 stars. We've got 1 Phantom. So there's no rune synergy here whatsoever. Did that build Arthur up? Yeah, I think we got 1 stack in there. But again, it's just... I think that was from Doris. There we go. So we're building up our attack. Now Arthur, he doesn't have any... Yeah, there we go. So Arthur is now starting to build up. So when we lose that shielding, he does start to build up reasonably quickly. And as well, something to keep in mind, Dahlia will copy the buffs that Arthur has. So if you, say for example, if you have Arthur's runes and Dahlia copies those, you can get up to 20,000%. Now Doris down is what it is. They've just healed up, and Arthur down as well. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, you do need support, and you need that HP increase. Yeah, just unfortunate. You need the Holy Shield for protection, for building up right at the very start, but Arthur's passive just does not trigger. And again, that's the problem with his kit. Like he can do massive damage, but realistically, you need him probably here. I think you'll need other Celestials and other Deviants on the team as well when you run him. If you're running him at 7 stars, if you're lucky enough to get him to 7 stars, you will need other Deviants on the team. Or 2 Deviants and two or possibly even 3 Celestials. So as you can see, we've got shields up, and we've not been able to increase HP yet because the shield has taken the damage. So the shield is taking the damage. When we lose this shield, there we go. So we've done reflect damage now. We've done reflect damage here. We're building up max HP, max attack. And for me, I think it's just too slow. I think the percentages are just too small for Arthur as it stands. I mean, I've been wrong before. I might not know what I'm talking about, but for me, it just doesn't add up. So we get the HP increases here, and then Dahlia to do a lot of damage. We only just survived that. So in a PvP environment, I suspect if that were to be the case, I think Dahlia would be dead. It is what it is. I think Dahlia would be dead. Let's see how much we've built up so far. So now Dahlia's up to 25 stacks, but Doris is only at 4 stacks. So we've actually only done 4 instances of reflect damage. It's just something to keep in mind. Like, Arthur's passive does not build up very quickly on anyone. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. So we built up a little bit more there, and then what are we up to? So Dahlia is up to 30. fantastic, but Arthur is only up to 5 of his own stacks, and that's by the end of round 4. Did we get up to? Because Atrops did a basic attack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. So round 4, and Arthur had only built up a little bit. It is a shame. It is a shame. Now, what was I talking about with his runes? So, Arthur's runes, this is the reason that I'm going to save up for them. That's talents. Let's jump into runes. As you can see, I'm using full dodge on Arthur at the moment. Potentially, that's not the way forward because you need him to get hit or you need his team to get hit. But his full red runes are, after an ally takes action, Arthur increases defense and max HP by 100%. So by the end of round 1, he will have had 500% increase. You will not be able to kill him after round 1. So it's best to take him down in round 1. He's stacking this up to 100 times. This effect can trigger up to 10 times per round. You see what I mean? And even with his epics, have a look at his epics, 25 times. The same effect still happens. So you get his epics. He will stack defense and max HP by 100%, stacking up to 25 times. This, for me, this should have been his secondary passive, and they should have switched this around. So Arthur's secondary passive should have been when a unit takes action or when an ally takes action, he increases HP and defense by 25%. Sorry, up to 25 stacks by 100%. You know what I'm talking about. And this increased the chance of triggering King's Crown to 50%. Should have been on his epics. They should have been. That should have been here. So these two should have been swapped. In my opinion, that's what would make him really, really viable at sort of 7 stars. But for me personally, he's not really worth it unless you're going to invest heavily in him. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you think. I'm going to end it now. I'm going to go and level him up to 8 stars, get this 8-star review done. That'll be out tomorrow. So subscribe if you want to be the first to have a look at that video. Thanks very much for watching. I do hope you have a fantastic day. And let me know how your summons have gone.